Hey everyone, what I got here is a brown rock that I've got no idea what it is, but we know that it's really hard and it's brown, and we're going to see if it'll polish. Okay?
I find a stone and take it home and polish it and hope it shines, and also there's a chicken.
Hey everyone, this is Clayton, and like I said, I got this rock. Well, it was given to me by a friend of mine who does flint knapping, and he was recently at a knap-in, and he bought some flint to knap, and the guy gave him this rock here, and well, as you can see, it's brown, and he started knapping on it, but it is so hard. He could get some flakes, but he couldn't get very good flakes, and it was just, actually, he was whacking it with steel. If any of you are familiar with flint knapping, you don't usually use steel because you're using copper and deer antler and bone and just round rocks. But he could hardly get any flakes off of this. And he has no idea what it is, and the guy that gave it to him doesn't know what it is either. So he gave me this piece, and I don't even know what it is. So let's take a look at it. You see one thing right off the bat. The water beads up on it. And there's no coating or anything on it, but the water still beads up on the rock. So getting it wet, it doesn't get a whole lot of, it changes the color a little bit like normal, but it's really, really flippin' hard. Okay, if you look, there's some, right here in the center, let me zoom in. Okay, focus. We've got almost like some drizzy going on there. As you notice, the rock's drying out really fast. You've got veins of something running that direction, and you can see there's veins of something running through this way. So I don't know if it's some type of like agate or what, but all we know is it's really, really hard, and it seems to have some druzy pockets going on in there, and possibly run right here with this strange pattern, which might be a fracture. But where's the dental pick of destiny? Okay, I mean, can you hear that? That is hard. And there you can see some where he was whacking it. Oh no, that's where I was. But there were spots on there where he was whacking it with a piece of soft steel, and it was just leaving marks on it. But here, the dental pick, it's not scratching it. So the hardness on this thing is like high. And it almost looks like we've got crystalline pockets there. You can see them sparkling. And maybe some more there. But he couldn't get very good flakes going off of it, which can be annoying when you're trying to knap flint or knap an arrowhead. So he gave me this and said, do something with it. And I'm thinking, we should go ahead and try to cut this thing. Now, I'm not sure which side we should cut. I mean, this side has that possible pocket in it, but this side also, what we also have here is this nasty fracture that seems to run along there. I'm thinking, let's just take this over to the wheel, because I'm pretty sure it's going to polish up nicely, as hard as it is. I mean, yeah, as hard as it is, it should put up a good shine, but that isn't always the case. So if anyone has an idea what this might be, leave a comment down below. And until then, we're just going to take this over onto the wheel and see what it does. Now, I checked this for magnetism already, and it is not magnetic, because I was thinking maybe it's got a lot of iron in it. And it seems rather heavy for its size. But, hey, if we can't nap it, let's see if we can polish it. So let's take this over to the wheel and see what happens. Okay, we're here at the wheel. Let's get this water going. Hey, that was simple. And the wheel is going. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, a little bit too much water, that's better. Alright, so we're gonna make this our face. So holy Moses. Oh, yeah, that's hard. Wow. That is some hard stuff. It's almost like that jasper I cut before, that picture jasper. Maybe this is jasper. Hello, brown jasper. Yeah, when I saw that the mild steel was just leaving marks of itself on the stone, I figured it was going to be some hard stuff. Perhaps this is a type of super hard brown jasper. Almost has a reddish tint to it too. I think we're going to go with quite the freeform look on this one. Could have maybe tried to cut it. Let's see. Super hard brown jasper. It's going to be a big one. Oh, wow. Yeah, I could be here a while. That is definitely... But I happened to say that it was some hard stuff. Soften up that corner. I could be a while on this, everyone. Wow, that is actually so hard, it hurts my finger a little bit from the vibrations. Ah, and it's noisy. Wow. Okay, did you see that? Did you see there were sparks coming off of that? What's this going to do to my wheel? Hold on a minute. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. Just seeing how much, if it's taking the grit off the wheel, it's not, but I'm just not used to seeing sparks fly out of there. Wow, that is some stuff. Yes, that certainly is some hard stuff. Now, this may be one of the hardest things I've cut, apart from that some of those jaspers. It's not going to damage my wheel, but it's just going to be loud. Loud and very brown. Okay, I'm gonna Ooh, well, we got some prettiness coming out there. Focus. Some red veins going through that white vein there. Okay, well, I tell you what, I'm gonna just cut ahead till I get this top on, because this is gonna take a while. And there's no use me standing here saying, "Oh my God, this is hard," while you listen to the wheel go. So, I'll be back. Hey, got a good dome on that. And it took quite a bit longer than I figured. And it was extremely hard. I had sparks flying off of it all over the place. There's actually some holes in there that the more I cut down, the more the holes show up, or else it chips out. I'm not certain. But let's take it over to the next wheel. This one shouldn't be as nasty loud, one would hope. So let's get some water going. Let's get some... Oh, there it is. Okay, good. We got water going. Why is this crooked? There, that's better. Get that more centered. Okay, this is a much better wheel. Oh yeah, well, even this one's a little bit louder than usual. Yeah, did I happen to mention that was really hard? There were sparks flying out all over the place. I even turned the water up almost full blast and I still had sparks flying out. So whatever this is, it's some seriously hard stuff. I'm doing this back edge, soften it up a little bit, because it was actually sharp and was hurting my finger occasionally as I was working on it. Okay, so let's see if we can maybe get a little bit of polish going on this. See, there's a hole right in there. Right in those veins of readiness. In this hard brown stone of hardiness. Mr. Brownstone of hardness. And also, it was horribly loud. I actually had to get my earmuffs out and put on. This wheel was even quite a bit louder than usual. And speaking of loud, yes, it's that time again. If you're around loud things, then you need to call Mrs. Cluck's Chicken Ducks. Yes, since 1974, Mrs. Cluck's Chicken Ducks have been making premium earmuffs. So, for all your earmuff needs, call Mrs. Cluck. Don't know why it was so short today. I don't know, maybe the writers were on holiday. I don't know. But like I said, this is even loud here. See if they're getting anywhere. A little wipe down the arm. Ah, I just dropped it. Let's see. Well, I think we're getting the cut marks out. There's a lot more right there across the center. Cut marks are going to be very prevalent in this one. I'm not even going to bother putting this on a stick. It's big enough. I think I can do it by hand. Plus, I'm never going to get the wax to adhere to as smooth as this back is. I mean, that ain't going to happen. I could go with epoxy. That's going to be another 20 minutes before I can even do anything with it. And I believe it's big enough that I can handle it without... Okay, let's see. Okay, good. I think we're getting the marks off of it. Let's see if we can see those gnarly marks on there. Oh, I think they're going. So I'm gonna get more around these edges a little bit. At least the marks are coming out. I see why he was having so much trouble trying to snap the stone into an arrowhead. This stone is seriously hard. I mean, I'm pretty good at knapping, and I don't think I would have been able to knap this without a piece of hardened steel. And then you never know. You put that much force on a piece of rock, and you're probably going to break it. So sometimes it's just better off doing something different with them, like this. Okay, get that wiped. Oh wait, here's an unwipey rag of wipiness. And look at that, it just spreads the water around. Doesn't even wipe it off. Strangest rags I've ever seen. Okay, do we have... Yeah, I believe we got most of the cut marks out of there. Might be a little bit more faceting right in there. Let me work that some more before we get to the 600 grit. Even after I do the 600, we may have to come back over and touch up a few spots just because of how flippin' hard this thing is. Okay, so let's... Water turned off. Turn off the wheel, take a quick look at the prettiness. How pretty is it? It's pretty. Alrighty, so we're over to here. Okay, so crank that up. Let's get the water going. Okay, oh, there it is. Okay, this wheel's going to be a little bit louder. Oh no, it's not too bad. Nice about these padded type wheels, they aren't quite as loud. Well, that's wrong. The 1200 grit's actually louder than this. Got plenty of water. I am intrigued at what this stone may be. It's harder than agate. Well, it's as hard as agate. Hard as carnelian. Probably around a 7 or 8. And like I said, if you have any ideas what it is, leave a comment down below. We'd appreciate it. Still not used to seeing sparks flying off of my stones when I'm cutting them. That's just kind of strange. Oh, look, my fingers are reflecting in the water, the glassy surface on the wheel. Isn't that cool? I wanted to say neat and cool at the same time. Isn't that neat? Isn't that cool? Pick the one you think's better and go with it. Definitely would not want to be cutting one like this baby by hand. Okay, let's take a look if I can get this dried off some. Looking pretty good. What in the world is that? Well, that's just... What is that? Let me dry this off some more. Well, that's weird. Got some sort of vein around across there. Got almost druzy pockets like right there where the light's at. Yeah, that's almost looks like a vein of metal. Well, that's strange. see what it's like when it's all polished and dry. That will tell the true tale. Maybe it's got silver in it. I say, almost looks like polished iron. I was gonna say it looks like a polished vein of iron, maybe? But I checked it. I hung it from a string and checked it with the big magnet, and there was no magnetism to it. Okie dokie. That looks pretty good, even wet. I don't think there's any more gnarlies that I can get off of there. So let's get the water on here. Move this over to the fine wheel of fininess. Kill this light. Kick cans on the floor. There we go. There's the water. The water of wateriness. This shouldn't take too long. And it's really, really hard once you get the big scratches out from the 80 grit. The rest of it polishes up rather quickly. Nice thing about the hard rock. You might be able to get that to shine like glass. Shiny glass, even. Okie dokie, I believe we've got about everything we're going to get. After I drop it, that's the sign. All right, so let's take this back over to the table, dry it off good, and see what we got. That way. Okay, I got us a real rag of wipey offness. Let me get my fingers dry here. And get this sheer stone of unknown dried off and semi-polished. And let's see what we got here. Wow. Okay, let's do a zoomy zoom here. What in the heck? Ah! Nobody wants to see my ugly face. That's actually pretty nicely polished. Very nicely polished, to be honest. I was thinking, is that some scratches in there? But no, that's pockets of something. And like you see, we got this here hole going on. Now, where was that shiny vein of veininess that we saw? I don't see it anymore. It disappeared. Oh, well, whatever this thing is, get it back to normal. Yep. Yep, there's the unpolished side, and there's the 1200 side, and that's not too bad, to be honest. Not too bad for just 1200 grit. I'm gotta say I'm a little bit impressed with that. But you know what? Let's take this over to the cerium oxide and hit this, because I think it might take some of that. If you notice, there's sort of a satiny look to it. Slightly satin look. That might get rid of that and make it into a super polished look. So, onto the cerium oxide, and I'll be back. Okay, we're back from the cerium oxide. That did not take long at all. And I'm happy to announce that, yes, it did take some of that satin off. So let's take a look here and see, it actually richened up those colors some. Looks like there's a jersey pocket right there. That's possibly what that all is. Taking that satin off, I mean, you can see the reflection of the lights seriously well in there now. And that strange vein of metaliness is gone. But it seems to have brought out some, you can see there's some funky patterns right in there. Right in here. Not picking up real well. Now somewhat. There, you can see them better. Slight bit of undercutting, even as hard as it is. But overall, that's pretty nice. You know, it actually looks like some type of clamshell. But for an unknown stone, whatever it is, I can say for sure that this stone is a win. So, if you liked the video, subscribe, hit that button down there, and ring the bell, so then you'll know whenever I'm going to do these unknown stone videos, and everything else too. So, thanks for spending some time with me, and have a good evening.